wanna know, can't you see? Oh, can't you see what that woman, Lord, she been doing to me? Can't you see? Can't you see what that woman been doing to me? Hey guys, Gregory here. Today I'm going to be doing another song request. This time it's from Robert. We're going to be learning how to play Can't You See by the Marshall Tucker Band. This is a really fun song. A lot of these songs, these requests that I'm getting, I've never heard them before. So I really enjoy the requests that you all are sending in. So feel free to send in those requests. I live in a country where this kind of music is not very prevalent. So it helps me to discover more music that I like. So keep them coming. So the song itself is very simple in terms of the structure. They're just 3 chords. We can use one strumming pattern, and I'm going to give you a little riff you can use throughout the song or just at the start. So let's have a look. We just need 3 chords for this song. The first one is D. So that's the first finger on the 2nd fret, 3rd string, middle finger on the 2nd fret, 1st string, and the 3rd finger goes on the 3rd fret, 2nd string, and that's a 4th string chord, the 4th to the 1st. The 2nd chord is C. Now I'm going to give you 2 ways you can play the C, maybe 3. You can play it as a regular C major chord with the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string, middle finger on the 2nd fret, 4th string, and the 1st finger on the 1st fret, 2nd string, and we strum 5 strings. That's the usual way to play C, but I like to use a C add 9. And in this C add 9, you can play it in 2 ways. We can instead put the middle finger on the 3rd fret, 5th string, the 1st finger on the 2nd fret, 4th string, the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 2nd string, and we can leave the 1st string open. That sounds really nice. Or, as a 3rd option, if you want, you can just add your pinky down to the 3rd fret, 1st string. This is a common way of playing the C add 9. Right? So those are 3 ways. You can play it as a regular C. You can play this C add 9. Not sure if it's called a C add 9 alone or if there's something else, a different name for this particular version of the chord. And then you have this one with the pinky. So 3 options for C. The last chord we need is a G. And for G, I'm going to give you 2 ways to play it, I think. We have the regular way, the 1st finger on the 2nd fret, 5th string, middle finger on the 3rd fret, 6th string, and the 3rd finger on the 3rd fret, 1st string. Yeah, you can use this G. I don't prefer this one for this song, but you can use it. This is the usual way of playing G. Or you can play it with the 3rd finger instead on the 3rd fret, 2nd string. Right? And that would be more of what you call a G6 chord. Now, the reason why I'm giving you these options, the first reason is I like the sound of the 2nd option for all of these. But also, if we were to play those 3 chords, D, and if we play the C add 9, all we need to do is we can leave the 3rd finger where it is and then move the 1st and the 2nd finger to the 2nd and 3rd frets, where you'd find the C add 9. And the 3rd finger can stay right where it is. And then when you go to G, you can do the same thing. You can leave these 2 fingers here and play that for G. But I also like to add sometimes maybe my pinky finger to the G, to the 3rd fret, 1st string, right? I can never really always decide. Sometimes it depends on where I am in the song. They're all options, but you can choose any or all of them if you wish. All right, so here's a look at the strumming pattern that you can use throughout the song. It goes like this. I'll play it on D. A 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, a little slower. A 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, it's a 16th note strumming pattern, so you really want to keep your hand moving to really catch all the movements that you need to play the strum. That's usually a big mistake that a lot of beginners make when they try to play 16-note rhythms. They only try to move their hand when they think they need to. But your hand should be moving all the time because the tempo is 1, 2, 3, 4, but your hand is moving in 16 notes, which is this. 1 E and a 2 E and a 3 E and a 4 E, and we get. Right? So let's talk about those movements now. It goes down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, right? So what we can do, now there's some things I add to the strum when I'm playing the chords, but for now, let's just practice the movements. So I'll put the diagram on the screen and you can play along with me. After 4, I'll do it slowly on the D. And then maybe I'll do it in between the chords. So D alone after 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, 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 up, down. Alright, let's try with the chords now. The chords are D, C, G, and then D again. After 4, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, D, C, G, back to D, one more time, D again, C, G, and D. So what makes strumming songs like this sound really interesting is the way that you strum it. If you have control over your strumming hand, if you know what to listen for, you can really make a simple strum sound really interesting. Or you could know what to do to add to a simple strum to make it sound interesting. So things like this I talk about. One of the things I have, if you go down in the description, is a very short but powerful lesson which deals with the technique of strumming, what it means to actually control the way that you strum. This really helps you to express yourself in the way that you play. Also, if you really want something that's very in-depth, I do have a course that is out that goes through many topics in terms of strumming, how to create your own strums, how to control expression, how to create excitement, how to interpret rhythms, those kinds of things. So for all of those, go down in the description, check out the links I have there, and whatever takes your fancy, you can follow the links. So here's a riff you can use at the start of the song. You can also include it throughout the song if you wish. I do it exclusively in the intro of the song, and I do little parts of it throughout when I'm playing the verses and the chorus. I'll play it again for you. It sounds like this. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, so it's the same chords, same strumming pattern, but what I'm doing, I'm changing some of the notes in the chords so we get this sort of melody. It's really my interpretation of the intro of the song in a way that's a little easier to play. It's a lot less notes, and it sounds somewhat like the intro. So on the first chord, on the D, we have the same strumming pattern, which is down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, right? So what we're going to be doing is, for the first part, at least for the D, we're going to be changing the notes on the first string. So we'll have a regular D, and then at some point we're going to add the pinky to the D on the 3rd fret first string. Then we're going to take the pinky off, back to where the middle finger is naturally, and then we're going to take the middle finger off, so we have the open first string. So we have this kind of sound. Right, so where that happens in the strumming pattern is the tricky part. It's the same strumming pattern. So it starts with your regular D, and on the 3rd down of the strumming pattern is when we add the pinky. So we have down, down, up, down, right? The down after, we take the pinky off, go back to the regular D with the middle finger, and then the down after that, we take the middle finger off. So we have down, down, pinky, middle finger, open, right? I'll put the diagram on the screen. I think the diagram will explain it a little better than I would. I'll play one more time on D, down, da, pinky, middle, open. And then we go into C. So I especially like to use the C add 9 here. So I use only my middle finger, or rather I add my middle finger to the 3rd fret 5th string, and I don't add my first finger. Alright, so I'm playing a C add 9 without the first finger. It's a little different than I explained in the chord section of this video, but it's going to work. And the reason I do that is because I want to play around with the notes on the first string. So I'm going to do the same sort of thing, right? But instead, the note, I'm adding one note, which is the 2nd fret 1st string, and I'm using the 1st finger, which is now free, to do that. So that note comes in on the 3rd down, right? So you have on the 3rd down of the strumming pattern, do, ba, da, bam. The 1st finger comes down on the 3rd down, and on the 4th down, it's off. And you just continue the strumming pattern. Just like before, the diagram will help a lot with this. So you have, and then we're going to G. So for G, we can add the 1st finger to the 2nd fret 5th string. Middle finger goes up to the 3rd fret 6th string. And we can also add the pinky finger below. I like to do that here. Right? And for this one, we're just going to do 2 downs. Right? A low strum and then a full strum for the G. And then we're going to do this sort of thing. And what I'm doing there is I'm playing the open 5th string. So my 1st and my 3rd finger come off. And I'm going to pick the 5th string. And I'm going to use my 1st finger to quickly, well not quickly, the finger must move quickly to get the sound, but it must also move in time. I don't want you to think, when I say quickly, you don't want it to be immediate. You need force to get the sound. That's what I mean when I say quickly. And what I'm doing, I'm playing the open 5th string, and then I'm using the 1st finger to hammer on the 2nd fret of the 5th string. So we have this, and then we play the open 4th string right after, and we do it again. So you can think of it as 2 pairs of 3 notes. It goes open 2nd, open 4th string. And then we hit the open. We can hit the open D, open 4th string, and then do the same strum that we did on the 1st D, right? So, like I said, the diagram, I'll probably put a tab on the screen. That will absolutely help you to figure this out. But let me just play it for you one more time after 4. I'll do it slowly. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, and that's it. So I think I do some of that while I'm doing the verses. I try not to do all of it because it can be a little distracting, especially when I'm trying to sing and play at the same time. I think the only thing I include, if we think of the chords as D, C, G, and D, I just do the part that we find on the last D. So I would play, gonna take a freight train down at the station, Lord, I don't care where it goes. I just do this part. Right? So for me personally, on the last D, I do the last part. You know, but if you want, you can play that riff over and over throughout the song, or you can decide which parts of the riff you want to include in the verses. It's all up to you. Be creative. So here's one last thing you can do to spice up the chord progression a little bit. Try adding a G7 right after the G. It falls within the same bar as the G, and it will sound like this: a 1, 2, 3, 4. G7, right? That G7 is very prevalent, more so in the melody of the song. So in terms of where to add that within the strum, if the strum goes down, down, up, down, 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 up, down, we have for the G, down, down, up, all right? And then on the next down, we have the G7. So we have down, down, up, G7, right? Diagram on the screen once more will explain how to do that. So that is it for the lesson. This song was really simple in terms of the structure. I really enjoyed learning and discovering it. Someone suggested this song to me. I think it was Robert. Thanks so much for that. And of course, if you have any song requests, leave them down in the comment section. And I promise to you, I'll get to it. I'll make a lesson on it. I'm really enjoying discovering new and fun songs. And as always, if you did enjoy the lesson, please like, share, and subscribe, as it will help me to grow the channel. So until next time, goodbye.